In addition to giving yourself tools that you can implement throughout the day, you can also have your students doing some practices that will definitely lessen the chaos in your classroom. The first one is one of my all-time favorites. It's called a silent 60. The only thing you have to do is set a timer for 60 seconds. The kids come into the classroom, they sit down, or if you're virtual, you can do it this way too. They sit down, you set the timer for 60 seconds, they can put their head down, they can do anything but disturb anybody else, and for 60 seconds, there's quiet. It gives you a nice transition from the hecticness of wherever they came from to getting settled and situated in your classroom. Kids love it, they beg me for more, and I oftentimes think that they don't realize that these 60 seconds provide me with so much more time in the long run than they can ever imagine. Tool number 2 for students is the power of listening. So this is simply using your 5 senses, but specifically your ears. So you provide the students with maybe a chime sound or some other sounds that are fun, and you just get them to really, really focus and listen to that thing that you are providing, that sound that you're providing to them. Another thing you can do with students is to actually just have them try to listen to sounds that are in the room, sounds that are outside the room, sounds that are next door, and if people are in different spaces, they can also be focusing on the sound. This is one of the first and best mindfulness practices that you can do with students because it gets them right in the space of where they are at that moment. So it really takes them out of the chaos of what's maybe happening other places and into focusing on what you need them to focus on. So it's a great practice to extend to the rest of the class. Tool number 3 is called the seeing game. So this is simply having students look around and see details. Again, focusing on what they can see. So they're looking around for details that are interesting or kind of strange, or just being detail-oriented about what is actually in their room. So again, this is another way to, if there's a lot of chaos going on in the classroom, you have them just stop and try to choose something that they can really, really see. Maybe they describe it, maybe they write down the description, maybe they even try to draw this thing. And that is a way for them to kind of break the chaos and really get focused on this present moment. Tool number 4 is called the weather check. So this is something that all students, regardless of the age, can do, and you could do this both virtually and in person. Students simply check in with the weather that they're feeling for the day. So you could do a quick check-in. Maybe you give an example of you're feeling sunny because you got a little extra sleep, and all the kids go around and do their own weather check. They don't have to say anything about why they feel the way they feel, and perhaps this will give you a way to check in with those kids who might say stormy or some other weather that might sound a little bit like they need a check-in. You could pull them aside at some point in the day and say, hey, how are you doing? And just check in with them a little bit more. But this gives a nice weather check for the entire class, and then you can start that way regardless of if you're in person or online. This is tool number 5, 1 minute for good. So with this tool, we bring calm to the chaos by having students think about something or many things that are grateful or they are grateful for in their lives. So they just take a minute, again, set that timer, and just think about or write down all the things that they are grateful for. So this is a great tip for kids to be able to start to rewire their brains and looking and hunting for the good that they can find all around them. So these 10 tools will come in handy bringing calm to the chaos of your classroom. Please feel free to get started in any way, shape, or form, whether it be the 5 for you or the 5 for the students. In any way, try to bring some of this mindfulness to your classroom. You won't forget it, your students will thank you for it, and your classroom will be a calmer place with it.